package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, and that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with a package in the mail all the way from Canada, from another fellow collector that I've met online over the years. His name's Philippe Fortune, and as well as also collecting some MSX things, he really likes his Atari 8-bit titles, and he had some spare ones that I didn't have, so we worked out a deal and he sent them across to me. So let's turn the camera around and put it on the box and unbox. Right, here we go. Rubber band off. Carefully cut open the box. Right, so we have Pac-Man donuts. And we can already see some 8-bit titles. So we have Choplifter, actually one of my favourite games, going all the way back. I first played Choplifter on the Apple II back at school. I have it for a couple of different systems. I've got the MSX version, I have the Coleco version, but I don't have the Atari 8-bit version, so we'll be able to check it out. So Atari cartridges don't often have anything up the top, so just front labels. The label doesn't look too bad. As if these are all just loose titles. Ooh. This one's in a plastic baggie. You've got a couple of extra bonus things in there by the looks of it. I can work out how to get this undone. Retro Gamers Hub. There you go. So join the Retro Gamers Hub. That's what Philip helps run and does a very good job. And this is pretty cool. Some actual Atari patches, and there's 2 of them. They're very good. I do not have these particular type of patches. I've got a couple of the high score ones from back in the day. Okay, warning, warranty will be null. What do we have here? We have a left cartridge, and it's none other than Junior Pac-Man. Probably a replacement label at some stage, but other than that, the cartridge is in really good condition, and I definitely do not have Junior Pac-Man. Pac-Man on the Atari 8-bit is actually quite good. And I think I've got Miss Pac-Man, or I could be confusing the Commodore 64. So I also have a couple of Atari soft games for the Commodore 64 on cartridge. Yeah. Okay, now another one that I didn't have. I couldn't believe I didn't have it. I double checked, but I didn't have Pitfall II on the Atari 8-bit. That's in pretty good condition too. It's a really good game. And another one that I didn't have, Star Wars the arcade game. Very much looking forward to seeing how that one plays. And we have Fight Night. This is probably about the only Atari XE cartridge that I didn't have. So slightly different style. This is for the XE systems released later, and in Australia these type of cartridges are a lot more common because they had a heap of stock of the XEGS, which is the XE game system, which is quite a nice version of the Atari. Right, but there is more. So this is quite a good lot, and he did me a very good price on them. Now, this is another quite hard to find game, and it's called one of Activision titles called Pastfinder. Now, I do actually have the Commodore 64 version, and I did manage to find the MSX version, which is the really rare one. But this is the Atari 8-bit version, which I believe is the original one. Have not played it on the 8-bit. And then another Activision title was missing, Megamania. Got a really cool Activision game. They didn't port Megamania to a lot of systems. And then another game that I really wanted, another Activision game that did not get converted across many systems, is the Dreadnought Factor. I have played this on the Atari 8-bit before. I can't remember when I played. I think it was probably all the way back in the day. That's where my memories come from it. There is an Intellivision version of this game as well, but it's another one of their games that wasn't ported to every system. So there we go. We have quite a decent collection of Atari 8-bit titles added, plus some really cool patches. And of course, don't forget the Retro Gamers Hub. So what we should probably do is break out one of the Atari 8-bits, plug these in, and give them a try. Okay, here we go with our first gameplay. This one is Junior Pac-Man. Now, Junior Pac-Man was released in the arcades, and there was a really good Atari 2600 port, which I played back in the day. There were ports made for the Atari 8-bit and Atari 5200, but they were never released, so this is a found ROM cartridge, and I don't think I did it when I was doing the unboxing. This was actually a present from Philippe, so thank you, Philippe. I really do like Pac-Man games, and Junior Pac-Man, it has that extra little bit of detail in it, so scrolling mazes, and you know, a lot more gameplay per level. So let's give it a go. Now it responds to the button as long as it's on the main screen. It actually took me a couple of goes to find a joystick, but that's sad to say. So I need to do a bit of joystick repair, I think. Okay, so the ghosts don't seem too intelligent so far. And there's a lot of power pellets. Okay, they're starting to get near me now. Oh, full on. Is there a go on to try and clear the maze? Now we don't have any escape, you know, side tunnels to us to get away from the ghosts. So I managed to trap myself there. You know, using the escape tunnels is all part and parcel of playing Pac-Man in the other versions. So different strategy needs to be done. So there's a bicycle coming along there, we'll get that. Going to take me a little while to get used to the patterns, I think. It's going for clearance now. Lost a couple of easy lives. We'll get our bike though. Pushing it. Definitely seem more. Definitely seem more aggressive once you've eaten a couple of them. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, we finished a level. I don't know whether it's got any cutscenes or anything. I can't remember. And there's obviously, you can see we have a completely different maze now. A large run across the top there. Quite a lot of dots to clear. Oh, turn the wrong way. Got some larger dots for some reason. I'm not 100% sure what they do. Maybe you get more points for those ones. Look out. And straight into the wall. I'm not doing too bad for my very first game of this. Notice he's going faster than me. Oh, I reckon I only just made that. Well, I'm doing better than I expected. Once again, I have no idea how many mazes we have. Ooh. Drum. Yeah, look out. Took a wrong turn. Yeah, getting faster. Oh! I said, well, I think I'm doing pretty good for my first game. For me, anyway. Right, so those larger things seem to be dropped by the special prize when you have collected one of the super dots. Oh, I thought I was toasting. I don't know how I'm alive. Well, that's not bad. Very good version of Junior Pac-Man, and obviously a more complicated version of the Pac-Man formula, so adds quite a lot of variety to the gameplay. And I think there's a couple of difficulty in start on it as well. Alright, let's try our next game. So here we go with Choplifter. Choplifter I first played on an Apple II back in my college days. I didn't discover the Apple IIs until halfway through the year. Other than that, we only had teletype terminals directly into a computing centre, so one of my absolute favourite games of all time, brings back so many memories. There's a really good version on the MSX, and I have the arcade Choplifter back there, which is a more enhanced version of Choplifter, but this is one of the original formula. It even has graphics that look very similar to the Apple II one. Not sure if we can press there. I'll have to use a... There we go. My start button on my XE is a little thing. Okay, now if you hold the button, you get the... Yeah, that's it. But I hold the button down to change your direction, so thus being able to cope with single direction or single button control. Ooh. Got it. Ooh. Did I chop one? I did. Come on. So you've got to get as many as you can. That mechanic can get a little annoying. You've got to not kill any with your rotor blades. I've lost 2 so far. Alright. We'll go back and take these ones back. So this game... Oh, I forgot about the plate. So this version looks very similar to the Apple II, and it's not using a lot of colours and things, but it's still... And I think it's a very early Atari. Yeah, got him. Ooh. God, that was close. Ooh. Two tanks, look out. It's not an easy game, especially with these controls. Oh no, I didn't want to change. We're in real trouble with it, constantly changing directions on. Ah! I didn't manage it. Sorry, oh, we still got one more go. It's the direction control mechanism that's really playing with me, but very nostalgic version. I prefer the MSX one where you have 2 buttons and a little bit more colourful, but this one probably could have been a lot more colourful on the Atari 8-bit. It's just a really early game, and I would have loved it back in the day and played it to death, so very happy to have it in my collection. Alright, let's try another game. Right, so here we go with Fight Night. I actually don't know anything about this one. Boxing main event, yeah. Look, we'll just get straight into it. Please enter your name. Lucky I've got a keyboard, eh? There we go. I mean, it was released for the Atari XE. Okay, if I push up, we got a thing up, and then down. Ooh, you got me. Ooh. And you push up and down to block. stomach. Walk. Yep. Oh. Oh. Got me. Oh, I don't know how he does the super shot. I mean, once again, probably do need to read the manual for some of these ones. And it's an XE game, so it could be a space bar or something. No. So he's got me, I've got 66 points and he's got 56, is that right? I'd like to know how you do this sort of thing, but once again, probably need to read the manual. Oh, knocked him out. Aha! There you go. Wasn't expecting that. Well, that's not, I mean, obviously I don't know all of the controls, but it wasn't too hard to figure out. And there you go on for another bout. So that's not a bad little game. That would have been quite good fun back in the day, and probably really good to play two players against a mate who came over as well. Alright, let's try our next game. Here we go with the Dreadnought factor. I'm really looking forward to playing this one. Really hard to find any box image. Obviously I've got a loose cartridge, so we'll just have a picture of the cartridge this time. I think it's a fairly early Activision release. They also had an Intellivision version. I think that's the only two versions released. And I think I have played this one at some stage, maybe way back in the day. Basically, the enemy is coming towards Earth in big dreadnoughts. You need to fly out and destroy each dreadnought. You've got to do an impressive amount of damage to each dreadnought before it's destroyed. In a way, it's a bit like Empire Strikes Back, that you need to go out and get each of the walkers before they get to Earth. I mean, you don't have to destroy the first one, you can fly and get the second one, but it's not a good idea. Start beginner's play. So we'll need to muck around with our... Okay. Now you don't die when you get hit, but you get damaged, and you can only take so much. I think you make runs, multiple runs over each dreadnought. Where is he? There he is. So obviously if we get those fighters... Oh yeah, we're actually dropping bombs too. Ah. Okay. Now I need to drop bombs. Okay. That's it. Didn't do much that time, did I? Right, it's got no engines now. Oh, I think I might have destroyed a Dreadnought. Right. No. Ooh. Get rid of all these planes. Right. It's a lot more to damage than I thought. Ah! You don't have to destroy absolutely everything, but yes, it's the bombing. So we've killed our first Dreadnought. And you get a bonus for how far away it is. And then you go for your next Dreadnought. Victory. Distance 74. Oh, okay, that was the difficulty level. I only had one Dreadnought to 2 feet. So there's other difficulty levels. Well, this is really cool. This is probably a game that I'm going to play a lot because it brings back a lot of memories. And I used to love this sort of stuff back in the day. You know, Star Raiders and and Empire Strikes Back. So these ones with a little bit of extra strategy on them are very cool. All right, let's try our next game. Right, so next we have a Megamania. Now this is another game that I played for the Atari 2600 a lot. I'm quite interested to see what the Atari 8-bit version's like. One, 2 players. Guided missiles, straight missiles, yep. I really do need to clear my start button. Yep. So you basically need to clear the formations. At the moment we're doing hamburgers. And I've got guided missiles, which means the missiles continue to move my ship. And you get a bonus for the amount of energy. And that was a straight across the screen wave, and now we've got one that's coming down. And you've got to be careful that you don't get trapped. These look like Oreos. Missing it. So simple concept, lots of variety in the enemies, and now they're shooting at me. I think there's an arcade game called Astro Blast, and this is obviously heavily inspired by that, but it's not exactly the same. That one you had asteroid belts that you went through and refueled, and you had heat for your laser, whereas this one you can just fire as much as you want. It's not that much. Wait for him. There, got him. So, fairly simple gameplay, but oops, very addictive. Also helps. And you notice this formation is getting lower, faster. Oh. Get an extra ship. And it's quite colourful. Ooh. Now, as you can see, I've missed. But you just got to avoid, and they'll come through the other side. Getting low on energy there. Managed to survive for a reasonable amount of time here. Gotta get the timing right. And this is the thing about Atari games, they're just simple, good fun, and Atari 8-bit ones are like the Atari 2600 games in a lot of ways that came out, but with enhanced graphics, because the machine was more capable. Ooh, back to burgers again. So we've rotated around, but the behaviour has changed. Yeah, I was going to say I'm bound to run out of luck. Oh, we didn't manage to. Gotta get those Oreos. Where's our last Oreo gone? Well, I'm probably doing way better than I expected. I'm going to do the formation stop and then speed up thing. Now this is a game that didn't come out on the ColecoVision, so I've always thought of maybe doing a version of it. These Activision games were some of my favourite games back in the day. Simple concepts, decent graphics, and you know pushed each machine well. And they did port a lot of the games across most of the systems. This is just one of those ones that got missed out. Alright, well I can obviously keep playing here for a little while. We probably should move on to our next game, but definitely highly recommend that one. Let's try our next game. Right, so next we have Star Wars the arcade game. I have never played this version before. Okay, I've got inverted controls. I reckon you could iron wave up there so we can select options and things. I reckon you could play it with non-inverted controls, but we'll try inverted controls to start with. That shot. Right, I'm not sure how many I hit there, but let's go down. Oh. Oh. So no obstacles in this trench at this level, but just shots being fired at us. We have lost a couple of shields though, so can't be too cocky. Yeah! Kill the Death Star. Right. And let's go around again. Second wave. A lot more fire. As I say, not very fair. I couldn't actually reach that shot. I've got it in the end. Okay. We are scoring points. Okay, now let's get towers going. So we don't run into the towers. I'm not going to get the 50,000. So still no obstacles in the trench, but a lot of fire. Can dodge shots as well. Oh, down to one shield. Shoot gone. Yay, we did it again. Right, and you've got 3 extra shields, so now definitely doing really well. Look, shoot again. shield go. Oof. I don't believe I'm alive. We're not going to last long in this trench because it's probably going to be insane. Oh, now we have altitudes. Right, okay, well that makes things a bit difficult. Nope, and there we go. Ooh. I've got a bit of button thumb from that one. Yeah, not a bad version, runs at a reasonable rate. Definitely would have been super fun back in the day had I had it, so a very good addition to the game lineup. Alright, let's try our next title. Right, so here we go with Pitfall II. I've played this for ages, but it's a very big... I mean, the original Pitfall was absolutely fantastic back in the day for the Atari 2600. Played it heaps with my friend. Didn't play Pitfall 2 as much. Do have a couple of versions, so I'm not as familiar with the layout of the cabins. Can't press start. Okay, so there's a lots more to find with this one, and I don't know the layout as well, but as you can see, the graphics, as soon as I start moving, that's when your timer starts. Lots more hazards. Oh, I thought you could duck. Now if you get hit, you go back to the last save point and you lose points for the time it takes to get there. No, I can't duck. I haven't played it for a long time, have I? Oh dear. Oh, this is not going to be a very good demonstration of this game. Now we're down to 0 points. I thought you could actually make that hatchway and fall into it just ahead of the guy, but I don't think that you can't duck. Because there's not a lot of other places you can go from the start. Not sure if jumping makes you faster, no. Oh. I am out of practice, aren't I? So this is the worst demonstration ever of how to play Pitfall 2. You don't seem to jump high enough to be able to clear him. Oh, one more try and then I'll stop boring you guys and I'll figure this out later. People probably screaming at the screen on me. No. We shall move on before I embarrass myself any further. Alright, one more game to try. So last but not least is a game called Pastfinder. I have played this before on the Commodore 64. I actually have it on the Commodore 64. And it was a really hard title to track down for the MSX, but I did find a copy of it. It is extremely rare on the MSX. Not a lot of copies made it out there. I was actually surprised that there was an MSX port, and it's quite well done. And it's got quite interesting game mechanics. I have not played it for a little while, so you're going to have to bear with me a little bit. Okay, we're in right. So we're in a cavern, and we can decide which way we're going to go. And we can select our things. We'll recruit. So oops, you've got things at different levels. Oops, and things that can electrocute you. It's going to take me a little while to get used to this. Always moving forward. Now obviously you can go through the gaps. Oh, and you just got to watch the height of the walls. It's got, you know, quite a unique game mechanic. Oh, that was a bit harsh. Once again, first time playing it for ages, and it's not one of those games, you know, it's a little bit more obscure. That's it. Aha. A few things there. Okay, we'll keep going that way. Okay. Oh. It's getting the timing right. We're starting to get some moving enemies as well. I can't remember what the map bits are about. Don't jump. Oh, I didn't mean to jump then. Oh, the end. I've run out of lives. So, it's got an interesting mechanic and a bit to learn about the gameplay. I'll give it another go. It's nice and colourful, as you can see. Oh! Time your shots with your jump right. Oh, I got one of the moving things. Oh, missed him. But at least he didn't get me. Trance. So it's quite an interesting game concept that I obviously need to learn a bit more about some more of the mechanics. But it's quite well done graphically. I'm not sure about whether, you know, whether we should go up into that cavern or not. Oh, didn't quite. You've got to get them in the middle too. One more man, I think. So I haven't been scoring very highly. So can you go in these purples? I see. I'm thinking it's a cavern, but maybe there's. Whoops, I'm going to miss something there. more life in the back. Can collect those, yes. Right, so a very cool game. So thank you very much, Philip, for selling me these games for a very decent price, and also giving me, especially giving me the freebie gift of the Junior Pac-Man. So no, I didn't have that game, and I'd never played it before, and it was well worth it. And these are just, all of these games are really well done examples of Atari 8-bit games. I mean, the Choplifter one's very early, but it's still a good game in its own right, and I would have absolutely loved it back in the day. Ones like this Pastfinder, I haven't played very much, and they've got quite complicated mechanics, so I need to learn a bit more. Probably one of my favourites is the Dreadnought factor. So it just has certain appeal, that one. The Star Wars is really well done. The boxing game wasn't made, Megamania, and yeah, a really good range of games, and were worth checking out on. Some of these are actually on. Were some of these on the Atari 400 Mini? But anyway, you can get the ROMs and you can put them on the Atari 400 Mini, or of course play them under emulation. If you have original 8-bit hardware, of course it's always best playing it on the original hardware. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this pick up and play, and I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.